everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. And if you are new, I just want you to realize that guns is not a normal topic here on my channel. So if that's something you're super into, if you're interested in firearm and gun kind of channels, that's not my channel. I'm a fashion, lifestyle, beauty channel. I'm only talking about guns and gun safety today. Hi, Molly. She wants to say hello. Say hi, Papas. Hi, Papas. I'm only talking about guns today because today is a hot topic. Normally, I really try to avoid hot topics here on my channel. But this is something that I feel like I know a little something about. And with it being all over the news and media right now, talking about the Second Amendment, and guns and gun violence and gun control and gun safety, I felt like, today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about gun safety because as much as I hear people talk about, we're not playing right now. This isn't playtime. As much as I hear people talk about gun safety, I'm not seeing anybody actually talking about what it is to be safe with a firearm, how it is to safely handle a gun. And I'm not seeing anybody talking about the discussions we should be having with our kids. And I know, hot topic, again, okay, be kind in the comments. Okay, I understand it's a hot topic. But the way that I look at it, and I've seen a lot of people throw the comment around and saying, we just need to, in our schools, teach gun safety. Personal opinion, this is something that parents need to be teaching their children. Whether you are a pro-gun family or an anti-gun family, the fact of the matter is, it is still our Second Amendment right. People in this country do practice the Second Amendment. And even if you don't allow firearms in your own home, that doesn't mean that your child won't someday come in contact with a firearm. Whether they go to a friend's house or a family member's house who is pro-gun, your child should know what to do when they see a gun. Same thing goes for any older teenagers or any adults in general who have never interacted with a firearm before. You should know how to handle one should you come across it, because there is a right way and a wrong way to go about handling a firearm. So to have this discussion with your kids, I would definitely stress with them, if you're over at somebody's house and there's a gun, don't touch it. Don't touch it, ask permission. Same thing goes if you are a pro-gun family. Growing up myself, we were very much pro-gun. My dad was in the Marines, and, I have been exposed to guns at a very, very young age. But there was rules and regulations. Guns were always locked up. I should say guns were always unloaded, locked up, and kept in my parents' bedroom, and I was not allowed in their bedroom unless I had permission, like if they were in there with me, and then I was never allowed to touch a gun without asking permission. So make sure that your kids know that if they ever come in contact with a firearm, like if they're ever in the same room with one, that they are not supposed to touch it. This needs to be like a hard no, a hard rule. Do not touch a firearm without asking permission. Same thing goes if you're just over at a buddy's house, and like if you're a teenager or you're a young adult and they have a firearm, ask permission. Don't just go grabbing it up and looking at it, because that's how accidents happen if you don't know how to properly handle one. So you get permission to touch the firearm. The very first thing you should do, and we can go ahead and work with the Glock first. Smith & Wesson in the back and sit down, I know, or is it, somebody doesn't like Glocks and they're all about the other one, I know. Anytime I bring it out, they're like, blah, 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 something's better. Anyway, so you picked up your firearm. Do not put your finger on the trigger, okay? This is your trigger area. Do not put your finger on it. It does not need to go there. Hold it from the grip underneath. Your hand is all underneath. And then the first thing you want to do is drop your magazine. So there's a little button right here on mine. All guns are different. And if you're bringing a gun over to a friend, another way is to keep your finger up here, keep it off the trigger, just like this. You'll be fine. You'll be good. Hand it to your friend. Preferably your friend will just go and pick it up, and they'll show you, that it's not loaded, and then you can check it out. So picking up a gun for the first time, and even if this is just your gun at your own home, this should be a good practice to be in. If you pick it up and you're unsure if it's loaded or not, which if it's your own gun at your own home, you should know if it's loaded. But it's just a good practice to get into. So you pick up your firearm, you drop your mag so it's not loaded, And then you're going to rack it back and check the barrel to make sure there's nothing in the chamber. And then you're good. Then you can look at it, do whatever you're going to do to check it out. One rule and point that needs to be taken very, very, very seriously, and it needs to be pushed into young children, adults, teens. Never ever point a gun at anybody. Never ever. If you're going to pick up a weapon, it needs to be pointed up or down, or it needs to be holstered. Do not point a gun at anybody. It is not funny. I don't care if the gun is not loaded. I don't care if you don't have, I don't care what your intentions are. Just never point a gun at anybody. It's not funny. It's not a joke. It's not silly. These are weapons that need to be treated with respect and with an understanding of what you have in your hands, what the power of these are. They're a great tool for self-defense. I myself have been in circumstances where I have needed to rely on my gun for self-defense. No, I have never shot anybody, but I have had to pull my gun on somebody, and I am so thankful that I had my weapon on me, because my other option was getting the shit beat out of me by some grown man. So these are a great deterrent, and a great option to keeping you safe, and a deterrent to keep people from attacking you. But you need to respect them. You need to teach your kids to respect them. Even if you don't own them, even if you never want your kid to come in contact with them, keep in mind there's a chance that they might someday, and they should know how to handle it. So first off, don't touch guns that are not yours. Second off, always check to see if they are unloaded. So we'll go ahead and switch on over to rifles, because another option, I guess, and rules are pretty much the same. Again, don't pick it up without checking to see if it's loaded or unloaded. This one does not have a magazine in it, but we can go ahead and check the barrel, make sure there's nothing loaded in the chamber. There's not. Plus, that's just fun. And then I wanted to show you guys this gun in particular because it has a safety switch on it. So if it's pushed forward, that means it's on safe. So here's my safety lever right here. This gun is very old, a little bit of a backstory to it just because I love it so much. This is a family heirloom. My grandfather learned how to hunt with this, and during the Great Depression, him and his brother brought home dinner with this gun. And then my dad at about 10 started learning how to shoot with it, and then again at 10 I started learning how to shoot with it. It's a 16 gauge shotgun for anybody who is wondering. It's bolt action, which I love. And it knocked me flat on my ass the first time I shot it because I didn't hold it right. So just a little bit of a backstory. Anyway, you want to make sure that it's not loaded. Again, you don't point it at anybody. You need to point it up, or you point it down when you're carrying it. Kind of hard to show while I'm sitting, or it will go into a carrying case. Again, you want to treat your firearms with respect. Never point them at anybody. It's not a joke, and it's not funny. So the reason I want to show you guys this one is because it does have a safety button, whereas the Glock is a little bit different. And some pistols you'll come across will have a safety button similar to what I just showed you on the rifle, where there'll either be like a little lever, or it'll be like a little button that pushes in or pushes out to show you if it's on safe or not. For the Glock itself, I'm not sure if you guys can see this extra little nub right here. That is the safety. So when you go to push this back, that's taking it off the safety. So if you ever come into contact with a gun and you're wondering if it's on safe or not, check to see if it has the little notches, like a little lever like I showed you on the shotgun, or see if it has a little button to push. If not, check the trigger, and you can see if there's a little notch right here. When you push that, it is off safe. That means that when you draw it back all the way, it's ready to fire. That being said, it's not going to just go off unless that little lever gets pushed back. So again, with these ones a little bit different. You have your little safety notch. This one's quite old. It shakes around a lot, so I never really fully trust it. So I just kind of leave it in the off position and just make sure it's not loaded for storage, just because it's an old gun. It's old. So yeah, I think that kind of sums up everything I have to tell you guys today. It's pretty quick, straightforward, and easy video, but it is something that I feel like we need to be talking about, and it's something that we need to be telling our kids. Again, even if you are an anti-gun household, that's fine, but there's a good chance that your kids will someday come in contact with a gun, and they need to know how to handle them safely, and the only way they're going to know how to do that is if you tell them and talk to them about it. You know, tell them your thoughts and opinions and say, hey, you know, I don't believe in this, and here are my reasons why, but if you come in contact with one, I want you to be safe. And that's the best thing that you can do. So, I think that's it for today. Be kind in the comments, guys. I know it's a hot topic and people have their opinions and everybody is entitled to them. I'm not here to push pro-gun on anybody. I'm just here to talk about gun safety. As is, it is currently our Second Amendment right, and I am fully within my rights, as are you, to be a gun owner, but everyone needs to know how to handle firearms safely. So, that's it. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next one.